This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
To the 12th ingredient of Teshuvah. The 12th ingredient is, you need to know, in terms of the sin, what level punishment there is. There are 4 levels of punishment. There's a mitzvah saseh, and a mitzvah saseh, there's no punishment in this world from the Bezdin Shalmata. There's no malchus. And mitzvah saseh is the most lenient. So let's say, for example, a person violated mitzvah saseh, didn't fulfill mitzvah saseh. Someone didn't eat matzah on Pesach. Someone didn't eat in the sukkah the first night. Someone didn't wear tefillin. Someone misses man kriya shema. Teshuvah alone takes care of the avera. Once you do teshuvah, immediately the avera is forgiven. Someone violates a lav. Let's say someone wears shatnez. So that's something that Bezin could give malchus for. Teshuvah alone does not take care of the avera. You need teshuvah and Yom Kippur. A lav sheyesh by kares. Someone violates a lav that has kares, whether it's Hilchos Shabbos or Hilchos Nida, then teshuvah alone doesn't work. Even Yom Kippur with teshuvah, you need Samachaber. Gemara says something very frightening. You need Yisurim. However, Rabbi Yonah writes elsewhere that Torah and Chesed could protect you from any tribulations that are needed for these type of severe averos. So that's why that's another very important benefit of learning Torah, is that it protects you from Yisurim for the more severe Chataim. And then there's Chil Hashem. Chil Hashem is the most severe. Teshuvah alone isn't enough. Yom Kippur, Yisurim, Ad Yom HaMisa. But even so, it's possible to atone for it with Kiddush Hashem. And we mentioned Teshuvah Me'ahava takes care of all Averos. But it's important for a person to know, I did an Avera, so I'm doing Teshuvah. You have to know what kind of Avera is it. Is it a small Avera, a bigger Avera, a severe Avera? So the 12th ingredient of Teshuvah is Tzarech Sheyachgar. You need to investigate V'yeda and know V'yakir and recognize Goydel ha'oinesh shechol echad me'avonosah, the great punishment for all of one's sins. Be'ezeh mehem yesh malchus, which ones have malchus? Uve'ezeh yesh chayave krisos, which have chayave krisos. Uve'ezeh yesh chayave misas bezdin, which of them would incur capital punishment? Why? Leman yeda goydel avoinoi behisvadoisai. In order to know how severe the avera was. You say, what's the difference? What's the nafkamina? V'yimarer bivchi al asher hichis tamurim. And you could cry bitterly because you angered Hashem. So number one, is a vidoy going to be the same for a small avera as for a big avera? It can't be, right? If somebody violated a very big avera, it requires... Here also you see the idea, by the way, that included in vidoy is charata. That vidoy will be with more bitterness and more crying, will be with greater regret. So in other words, it's not all this thing, achet, 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 achet. It's like you program your arm, achet, and then you're good to go. It's like, when you used to get an assignment, you probably never got assignments, but they say about people that got assignments in class, I will not, so there's a very easy way to do it, right? First you make the lines like that, then you make the one line down for all the eyes, right? You know that trick? Same thing with the al-chet. You just program your arm. No, you have to know what the avera is. Every avera requires different types of feeling. For a severe avera, it requires more of a charata. And it requires, Oman Yosef Likana, requires more humility. And it requires more pachad from what the repercussions are. There are more severe repercussions for a lav than for an aseh, or a lav sheish beikaris than a regular lav. Ki averos hachamuros, because severe averos, tshuva toila, tshuva suspends the yisurim emarkim, but you need tribulations to wipe it away. So therefore, part of tshuva, an ingredient of tshuva, is to know exactly the severity of the avera. And that is ingredient number 12. Okay, Rabbi say? Have a wonderful day.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.